Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Tian from China Merchants Port, a leading global port investor, developer, and operator within 29 ports in 15 countries across the globe. We are the second largest container operator in the world in terms of total annual container volumes as of 2016, and expect to handle 100 million TEUs this year. Although some of you might not be familiar with China Merchants Port, but you might have heard of Colombo International Container Terminal. It's China Merchants' first greenfield terminal investment in Sri Lanka through an international tender in 2009. And it is the only deep-water terminal in the region that can accommodate the ultra-large container vessels. Leveraging on the global network of China Merchants Port and the expertise of a leading international port operator, CICT hit 2 million TEUs of throughput in last year, only 2 years after it officially commenced its operation in late 2014. If I'm not mistaken, CICT remains to date the single largest foreign direct investment into Sri Lanka, creating about 1,400 jobs, with only 20 expats from China posting among them. Its addition and the resulting speedy business development has shot the Port of Colombo up the international ranking ladder from 36th in 2012 to 23rd in 2016. It is also the only green terminal in the region relying solely on electricity instead of fossil energy to support its daily operation. CICT actually set up a new benchmark in terms of port efficiency and quality standard. CICT won award of the best container terminal in Asia under 4 million TEUs, which is a great recognition and a great honor in the industry. CICT also strives to be a responsible and a respectable domestic enterprise by fully complying with the legal and the regulatory framework of Sri Lanka. Moreover, Sri Lankan talent is put in our international talent pool to work in different countries under China Merchants umbrella. It has remained keen on helping those in need, with a CSR footprint covering various aspects, including disaster relief, vocational training, cataract surgery, and so on. From day one, we have been investing in this country. China Merchants Group, the parent company of the Tian port, was founded in 1872. In fact, it celebrates its 145th anniversary this year. China Merchants Group pioneered the reform and opening up of China through its investment and development of Circle Industry Zone in 1979. Circle was the first and the only window that China opened to the world back then. So where is Circle? What does it look like? Circle is located in southern of China. The Circle's name represents snake mouth or snake pit. So you can imagine how tiny it is. But the location is just opposite Hong Kong. We take ferry about 40 minutes and by road to Hong Kong Central. So in 1978, we were lucky to have a picture at that time. This is Circle, a fishing village, remote, poor, with only 3,000 people, 3 fishermen. And was an area smuggling peoples to Hong Kong for better life. But today, this is Circle. 38 years later, this place is becoming the most vibrant, most richest, most comprehensive city, which is a kind of every people would like to dreaming for. I could say a most livable city. So let's go back to China Merchants. China Merchants is synonymous with the mega projects. We actually built and developed the Circle over 38 years into the urban metropolis you see today, known as the most modern, innovative, and livable city in China. More importantly, by leveraging on from Circle's huge commercial success, the group continues to be a leading, diversified conglomerate. Its portfolio covers 3 core business sectors, including in transportations and related infrastructure. China Merchants Port is under this umbrella, and we have our own, the biggest energy shipping company, and a toll road, and dock and ship repairing. And also we have another important sector is finance. We have China Merchants Bank, which is the 5th largest bank in China, the best retailer bank in the world. And we have our own security, China Merchants Security, China Merchants Fund, China Merchants Assets Management Company. And also, most importantly, which is our major sector, which we call the city and the zone developing sector. It has over $1 trillion in assets under China Merchants Group's management, and reported a total profit of over $16 billion last year. Needless to say, the transformation, a remote fishing village with less than 3,000 poor fishermen, into a modern city with over 300,000 people contributing over $52,000 in GDP per capita would indeed qualify as a mega project. Actually, I quite agree with moderators' definitions. What is a mega project? So let's look at what have been evolved from Circle in last 38 years. So from the port, actually, we used to be a small port servicing in limited demand, evolved into a major container gateway terminal in southern China, which contributing over 10 million TEUs annually. In terms of zone, what used to be an industry zone with a labor-intensive factory evolved into a free trade zone, abounded with high-end business clusters like financial services, trade and logistics, high-tech and creative industries, and a mega health industry, and so on. If you look at the city today, what used to be a 2.7 square kilometers industry zone evolved into a city with 23 square kilometers of land, over 300,000 people, and many shining international brands incubated in this place. So probably you are not familiar with those China Merchants Bank, CMIC, which is the biggest container manufacturing in the world, but you may very familiar with Huawei. Huawei was incubated from Circle. I'm sure these facts would help you understand the benefits that mega projects would bring to the location, to the people, and to the country. Circle success is attributed to a unique port zone city development model, which was formulated by China Merchants and optimized throughout 38 years of its practice. It has not only successfully duplicated in China, but has also been constructively implemented overseas. China Merchants is not only a fortune maker or a city builder, but also a spiritual tutor of inspiration to the younger generation. Time's money, efficiency is life, has been a major legacy of China Merchants to the China Merchants Group itself, to the city, and to the nation. Talking about mega projects, it is important to emphasize their contribution to economic development and growth. And by leveraging on execution of such project, you'll have opportunity to embrace international capital, the latest technology, new business models, and new management standards, thus shortening your learning curve and facilitating integration with the global markets. More importantly, of course, the change the mindset while you connect to the world. We know that Sri Lanka is pursuing an economic growth target by realizing its fundamental industrialization and urbanization. It is positioning its regional hub, logistics hub, by leveraging on its strategic location and advancing transportation and port infrastructure implementations. Economic growth is driven by investment, trade, and consumption. Relying on government investment with heavy sovereign debt may bring you short-term growth. Whether it is sustainable in the long run remains still questionable to me. Therefore, how to attract and stimulate foreign investment and investment from the private sector should be the next questions for a decision maker. From the perspective of an investor, especially a foreigner, a few things must be very crystal clear. First one, what development model would you prefer? Market economy or commander economy? SOE dominance or market orientation? Secondly, are you expecting more FDI and private investment? If yes, how can you build up an investor-friendly, merchants-friendly environment to attract more investment, both in software and hardware, and soft power and hard power? Location is key, but it is everything. Is it everything? The answer could be very obvious. Some fundamentals for booming growth in the developing economy may need to be taken into considerations. First, willingness to change to suit global economic trends and changes. A clear and a practical development strategy ensuring that it is concentrated and consistent. Political stability to ensure long-term investment and development. More efficient government and a transparent administration that are necessary to dispel any doubt and uncertainty of the public and the investor. Sound and developed legislatives to safeguard the long-term benefits of the investors. Suitable industry policy, such as positive list or a negative list, to avoid further twists and turns. An effective investment incentive system to encourage recurring investment in the country. Fortunately, the government of Sri Lanka has shown determination to achieve its targets in economic growth while making further changes to suit the country's development. We're looking forward to seeing those such changes materialize, resulting in a win-win situation both to the countries and the investors. This slogan could be, someone will say it is quite Chinese, but I hope everyone knows this meanings. Empty talks endangers the nation. Practical work brings prosperity. This slogan originated from Circle 35 years ago and is now the rule of governance followed by Chinese government. I think I have talked too much this morning. Let's cherish all that we have now and do something really meaningful to the people and to the country. Thank you very much.